already apologized to the black Americans for all the disrespect that the island people, the Africans, the Spanish people, all of us.
Message for African Americans. To begin, I want to say I'm sorry.
We apologized for the mistakes of our ancestors who sold our people.
What's up, my beautiful people, and welcome back. So something historic is happening right now. Immigrants are beginning to apologize to black Americans and waking up to a painful truth that the same system that lied to them about black Americans was never built to protect them either, because the white supremacy did not just oppress black Americans, it trained everybody to distance themselves, to fear black Americans, and to look down on them. But that illusion is cracking now. So let's get to see the videos, then I'll come back with more commentary, all right? Let's dive into it.
I'm very glad to receive our descendants from the diaspora. We apologized for the mistakes of our ancestors who sold our people. Those who would not be part of our group, those would be traitors. We regard them as traitors. The ones who sold your ancestors, we are traitors.
This is for all of those people that keep commenting, oh, well, the Africans sold us into slavery. No, the very few chiefs and kings that did this were outcasted and alienated. They were considered traitors to the entire African continent. So wake up and stop letting white supremacists condition you with their perception of what it is to be black.
I have already apologized to the black Americans for all the disrespect that the island people, the Africans, the Spanish people, all of us that are in America, all the people that we know we're not white, but some of you still think you're white. But I have apologized to black Americans because we have disrespected them. We have disrespected them. All our immigrants, we have disrespected them. They are right. They have been fighting and fighting and fighting. That is why we were even allowed to come to America. And yet still we disrespect them continuously. West Indian people, island people, Africans, Spanish people, wherever you are, from South America, from DR, from Puerto Rico, wherever you are, we have disrespected black Americans. And we don't understand that they are right. They have been fighting, and it's because of them why we were even allowed to come to America. We have to cut out this shit. I don't want to see none of this shit anymore on social media. We are fucking one. We are all fighting for the same cause. We are all fighting for the same cause. We are all black. Do you think that the system see us as any different? We are the fucking same, and they have been fighting for us, for black people. So cut that fuckery.
I think that we have dealt with our inner pain. It is just almost like icing on the cake. It's like lifting, it's like a burden or a veil or something, because we're not waiting for the apology, but the fact that someone out of their own integrity is willing to offer it is just so refreshing. It's like cold, cool, refreshing water.
This is the message for African Americans. To begin, I want to say I'm sorry. As a black Latino, I did not understand your struggle. I did not understand that your fights impacted me. I did not understand that all of your sacrifices impacted me. I did not understand that all of your stands impacted me. Africans, Caribbeans, black Latinos, anybody that is black from any part of the world have benefit from you, have benefit from your sacrifices, have benefit from your struggles. And I wanted to say, I'm sorry and thank you. Yes, the Holy Spirit allowed me to come to this message this morning, to pause and say thank you. I am feeling blessed in my life. I am feeling very blessed. But who can you show gratitude? And the Holy Spirit showed me that it's you that I need to say thank you to. So when someone say, Black Americans have no culture, you tell them, your culture is resilience. Your culture is innovation. Your culture is strength. Your culture is guiding Black people to embrace their melanated skin. Guiding Black people to embrace their hair. Guiding Black people to embrace who they are. That is your culture. Your culture is music. Your culture is art. Your culture is all of these things that have impacted each one of us. And the first time that I was called the N-word, I didn't even know what to do with myself because I did not know I was Black. I thought I was Latina. But even the Latinos did not embrace me because they saw my color. When they heard my accent, then I was welcome. That I reject. But I accept me because you have helped me accept me. You have helped me understand about Martin Luther King. You have helped me understand about all of these things through your movies, and I thank you. I want to say thank you, and again, I'm sorry. May God continue to bless each and every one of you, wherever you are, and please look in the mirror and realize you have blessed us all. So now, focus on blessing yourself. Bless yourself, and I will be praying for you.
This is a message to African Americans. Just to give some background on myself, my parents are from Haiti. I grew up amongst African Americans, Haitians, Jamaicans, and down here in South Florida. And I noticed something. Y'all the most loving people. What I mean by that is y'all accept everybody. Y'all accept everybody, bro. It seems like a lot of people outside of the African American community usually take the worst example of people because, you know, there's bad people in every culture. But it seems like people outside the African American community, like from Africa, the Caribbean, Latin America, take the worst example and say and make them like the poster boy for your people. And I want to say I'm sorry for that, because I know that I'm a son of somebody that's out from outside the United States, you know, and I want to say I'm sorry for that, because I seen this TikTok of this Latina woman saying that African Americans do not have the right to speak against colorism or racism that's within the Latino community, specifically against Dominicans, when they say they're not Black. And I was just thinking about that thing. I said, yo, a lot of them, when they enjoy the civil rights that they enjoy in the United States, right? When they enjoy the 14th Amendment, you know, the 14th Amendment makes it that anybody that's born in the United States, right? That's let's say is a U.S. citizen, right? All of that came because of African Americans, especially the 14th Amendment. Because after the Civil War, all the former slaves became citizens because then they enacted the 14th Amendment. So you got all these different groups of people, especially Latinos, right? And you got all these different peoples that were reaping the benefits of the hard work that your ancestors did, and you see them turning around and critiquing and talking down to African Americans. That don't sit well with me. That don't sit well with me. So I urge you, like, if you African American, you young, you got to study your people's history. African American people do have a culture. Don't let people lie to you, because the same people that's critiquing you and talking bad to you is the same people that's copying you. It's the same people that want to speak like you. It's the same people that get amongst you and copy your fashion trends. It's the same people that reap your benefits, like the 14th Amendment and the civil rights. A lot of the rights that people got because of the civil rights that your ancestors fought for, man. So that's all I wanted to get off my chest, because that shit really bothered me. I seen this lady talking down, saying African Americans have colorism. When people bring up African Americans, some African Americans, of course, be upset and say, "Oh, don't associate with me with that." And I said, "Listen, lady, I'm thinking about that. I said, the rights you enjoy in the United States is because of these people. So what makes you think you have the right to tell them what to do? A lot of people be associating racism and hate and discrimination with so-called white people in the United States, but you got to look at it and think about it like this. When people think of American culture, it's the culture of people and Americans. African American culture is equally American culture to its roots. So when they're speaking down against you, they're speaking against true Americans, people that founded this country. You know, that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Black man, I'm sorry that you feel unloved. I'm sorry that you feel devalued. I'm sorry that you feel like your dreams and ambitions were stolen from you. I'm sorry for the people that have used and abused you. I'm sorry that you feel like your opinions don't matter. I'm sorry that you feel like people don't see the greatness in you. I'm sorry that people have made fun of you. I'm sorry that people have talked behind your back and laughed in your face. I'm sorry that the people that you have protected and will give your last breath for have done you so wrong and have left you when you needed them the most. I'm sorry that you are continuously targeted and killed on a daily basis. I'm sorry that your spirituality has not been enough to keep you afloat. I'm sorry that you had to prove yourself in school. I'm sorry that you had to prove yourself and not be accepted as a black man. I'm sorry that you've had to continuously prove yourself on a job. I'm sorry that you have had to prove yourself to your woman. I'm sorry that you have had to prove yourself to your children. I'm sorry that the ones that you looked out for the most have not valued you. I'm sorry that you walk around every day with a broken heart. I'm sorry that your mother and father were not there for you. I'm sorry that our country sees you as 3/5 of a man. I'm sorry that the ones you call brother have turned their backs on you when you needed them the most. Black man, for all the hurt and pain that society and those that you care about have caused you, I am sorry.
You know, I can honestly say that I truly, truly appreciate the Black community and being in support of understanding what the Asian community is going through. Mainly because we don't deserve your kindness. Like, we don't deserve the amount of gratitude, the moral support, the kindness that you have provided us on all levels of platform when it comes to being so relatable. Simply because of all of the racist shit that you guys have endured from our community in its own. I don't deserve it, you know, because even coming from a family of immigrants, like, for our family to come here to the States and to either piggyback, hop on, ignoring all of those things and not acknowledging a problem of us being racist to Black Americans, but immigrating from a whole nother country and then just developing a whole racist mindset because of what white Americans have planted is freaking insane. So we don't deserve your guys' kindness. We don't deserve this. So when I say that I'm truly, truly appreciative and I really, really do admire the amount of support that we have been getting, I truly mean it. For a while now, I understood that even for myself that I have appropriated Black culture, and however that may look, right? As simply as being given permission from some of my Black friends to use the N-word, to talking, dressing, and just really trying to find a way to be actually accepted by the Black community because my own community wouldn't accept me, you know?
For generations, Black Americans have carried the weight of being blamed for problems that they did not create. They were called lazy, criminals, and even troublemakers, even though many of the problems in their communities came from unfair laws, discrimination, and the system are designed to keep them behind. These ideas did not start by accident. They were created on purpose. When immigrants arrive in the USA, many of them are taught these same ideas. They are being told, work hard and don't be like Black Americans, you know. They are encouraged to stay away from them and to believe the negative stereotypes about them. And this is not because the stories are true. It is because division helps the system stay in control. White supremacy works best when communities are fighting each other instead of asking who really holds the power, you know. Now something is changing. Many immigrants are starting to experience the system for themselves, you know. And they are now realizing no matter how hard they work, no matter how educated they are, no matter how much they try to fit in, they are always treated as outsiders, you know. Some are being underpaid, overworked, disrespected, and even targeted. And that's when the truth becomes clear. The system was never built to protect them either. And this is why some immigrants are now apologizing to Black Americans. They are beginning to understand that the rights they enjoy today in America, working legally, voting, protesting, living in safer neighborhoods, exist because Black Americans fought for them, you know. Many Black Americans, they suffered, they were beaten, they were jailed, and even killed so that the future generations could have more freedom in America. So immigrants benefited from those sacrifices, even though they didn't know about it at the time. And this does not mean that immigrants are bad. It means many of them, they were being misinformed, you know. They were told lies about Black Americans before they ever had the chance to know the truth. And now that more people are now waking up, accountability is happening, and that is a good thing. The negative stereotypes about Black Americans did not come from facts. They came from a system that needed excuses to justify slavery, segregation, mass incarceration, and even discrimination. Those lies were being repeated so often that they started to sound normal. They were passed down to new immigrants as advice. But now many people are starting to see the truth. They are realizing that many Black Americans are not struggling because they are lazy. They are struggling because the system has worked against them for generations. They are realizing that once the system is done using immigrants for labor, it does not reward them, you know, with safety or even respect. And this is why unity matters, because the white supremacy has always depended on keeping people divided. But when immigrants and Black Americans begin to understand each other, respect each other, and stand together, that power weakens and it becomes harder for the system to keep on controlling them. So I hope more people can come to understand that the enemy is not Black Americans and the enemy is not people of color. So I hope people will stay united and believe that they are sharing a common oppressor. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.